Hey guys, it's Jessica, and today I'm going to share with you guys my roundup of products that I feel like are way overhyped on YouTube and whether or not they're worth it. So let's get into it. So I feel like there are some YouTubers or products that get so overhyped about certain products, and you know, sometimes I feel like products are just trendy, and so people are like, oh, it's the most amazing eyeshadow palette in the whole wide world because it's trendy right now. But it's like, but are they actually really good? Are they actually worth $50 for that palette? Or is it just kind of a, it's really cool right now because it just came out kind of a thing? So I'm here to break it down for you. So I'm doing this video with Ebates. I have worked with Ebates a million times in the past, more than any other company. I love Ebates. It's an easy website. It's free to use. You go to it if you want to get cash back on things that you are buying. You literally go to Ebates, you type in the store, say Sephora. Still getting over a cold, sorry. So you go to Ebates, you type in the store you're shopping at, maybe it's Sephora for example, and then you click on it, it takes you to Sephora, and anything you buy on that shopping trip online, you get cash back on. So Sephora currently is at 8% cash back, which is higher than it usually is, but it's only at that 8% until January 16th. So if you wanna get, I think it's usually around like 4 or 5%. So if you wanna get that higher percentage and you know there's something you're planning on buying anyway, buy it soon while you can get that cash back, because I mean, that's a pretty big difference. That's like double the cash back that you'd normally get, but it just goes into your bank account. And if you use my link to join, you get a $10 welcome bonus, which is sweet. That's what I got when I first originally joined years and years ago, because I think I've watched someone else talk about it. So it really does work. So they're also so nice to offer you guys 2 different $100 Sephora gift cards to win. I've done this giveaway with them a couple of times, and so all the info on how to enter to win is below. You have to be subscribed to my channel, of course, because I want you guys to come back. I would love for you guys to watch my videos. I work really hard on the content that I push out, and I really, I don't settle for anything but perfect. So if you're interested in winning $100 to shop at Sephora, just check below for all the info on how to enter. So I would say about half of these products are just brand new products I just bought from Sephora. I just got yesterday, so it's first impressions. And then half of them are products I've had for a while, and I already know how I feel about them. So it's kind of a mixed bag, but a lot of these, some of these are brand new that people are talking about a lot, like this past month, and I wanna let you guys know right away whether it's worth you spending your hard-earned money on it or not. I'm like sweating. I need to like roll up my sleeves. Let's start with the most obvious hyped product, the Too Faced Sweet Peach Palette. Now, I went to their event, like many other YouTubers. And it was amazing, absolutely amazing. Tyler, my husband, has our vlog channel, and he is working on the vlog. It should be up here in the next week. So if it's already up, our vlog from being there, you can see a lot of YouTubers behind the scenes and stuff like that. I will link it below. I got to meet Tati, who I love. I met Holly Eats Lipstick, who I absolutely love. I met so many YouTubers that I've just looked up to for so long. Really cool experience. That doesn't mean the makeup's amazing. And I will always be honest with you guys about whether it's actually worth it or not. It doesn't matter if a company sent me to an event. I gotta tell you guys the honest truth because you guys are why I'm here, period. So, this palette is very good. Is it my favorite palette in the world? No. I feel like there's this one shade in the middle called Candied Peach that's got glitter, and it just, the glitter falls out everywhere. It's a really pretty peach color, but it's a little bit kind of powdery, kind of splotchy and glittery, and it gets everywhere. So that shade is one that's just unusable straight off the bat. I do think the color range is kind of interesting. And when I've heard Jared from Too Faced explain it, he talks about, you know, it's all the different colors of a peach, from the rind to the outside to the, you know, the leaves to, you know, all those different kinds of things, which I think is a great idea. I really think that Too Faced is fantastic with their ideas. They think outside of the box. They do things that other companies aren't doing, and then other companies want to copy. And I applaud them for that. Again, there's another glittery shade called Talk Derby to me, and it's very glittery, it just gets everywhere. I do love, like there's this shade called Luscious, an amazing shimmery shade. I mean, like top notch, unbelievable quality. And that's how I feel like their shimmery shades are always great quality. But I do think some of their kind of medium shades, like, well, that one's really, really pretty. But then there's this kind of medium shimmer brown, and it's kind of okay. So I don't think it's all 100% amazing quality. Do I think most of it is? Yes. Do I think it smells amazing? Absolutely. And also, FY, which is FYI. If you watch Workaholics, they say FY all the time for FYI. Which, so now I like, it's in my vernacular and I can't get rid of it. FY, they taste like peaches as well. And it's true for the chocolate palette. I remember when I told you guys about that, you guys were like, what? And then you all like swatched it and then tasted the swatch and you were like, holy moly, that tastes like chocolate. Like fake chocolate, like a Tootsie Roll, you know what I mean? But these taste like peach. They absolutely taste like peach. Now, should you go licking it a bunch? No, you're gonna get sick. But it does, and you gotta try it once, I'm just saying. But I like it, I use it a lot. Do I think you need to go out and spend $40, $50 on it? No, you don't need to. If you have shades like this already, don't worry about it. If you have nothing like this and you're really drawn to peaches and you're really drawn to these colors, then go for it because it's a good palette. I mean, just the same, I really like the chocolate palette, their semi-sweet palette. I mean, I like their shadows. I do think their limited edition stuff, not this necessarily, but like some of their other ones, I don't think their quality is as good as these. Just saying. But I do like it. Do I think it's 100% worth the huge hype it's gotten? No. Understand that a lot of these YouTubers are hyping it because they got it for free, as did I, and that, you know, they went to this event, and I'm so thankful. And I love so many Too Faced products, but this one, it's good. Do I think it's, you need to run out and get it tomorrow? No. This is the Viseart, or is it Viseart? I've looked it up, I still don't know how to say it. It's the eyeshadow palette that so many people keep talking about. I finally bought it, I just got it in the mail yesterday. I've kind of used it a little bit today, I used it on my lower lash line today. This is their all matte palette called Neutral Matte. It's their 01 palette, like the first palette. This looks like the Sonia Kashuk palette that I used to own. I'm so mad at myself for decluttering it because I want to compare it so badly. I will look for it, and if I can find it online, I'll put it on the screen here. These look so similar in shade. I have to assume that Sonia Kashuk maybe copied this. I don't know how long it's been out, but probably for a while because it's like a makeup artist favorite. And I was actually showing this to my husband, and I was like, you know, it's so funny because this is so expensive, but the packaging looks so dinky. You know, it's just like a plastic lid, plastic backing. But I said, you know, if you're a makeup artist, which is where this kind of all got started, why this is so loved and recommended, is because makeup artists love it. It's amazing shadows. What I've tried was really, really nice. These are like one swipe unbelievable. Like, I'm gonna do like this orange one here. You swipe it once and it's unbelievable pigment, unbelievable. And so, you know, it's one of those things that wasn't a great swatch, I guess. They blend so effortlessly, so effortlessly. I think I didn't know what I was missing. Does that make sense? Like, I didn't know how well shadows could blend until I tried this morning when I was getting ready. Now, like I said, I'm only using some of this. I mixed it with another one I'm gonna mention. But like I was using some of these kind of lighter medium colors in the crease. I mean, it would be just a little bit in the crease and I would grab a brush and start blending it and it would blend all the way up if I wanted it to. I mean, it just kept spreading. Wherever I wanted it to go, it would go. It would keep blending. Like, I've never, ever tried a palette like this except for one other one that I'm gonna mention. So unbelievable. So if you've got the money or you've got a gift card or you're really into, like, they've got a couple of palettes. You know, if you look at them and you're like, oh my gosh, I would use every shade in that palette, I think it'd be worth it. If you're only gonna use 3 shades in it, it's not gonna be worth it, right? But these, the quality, I get. I get why these are so expensive and why they're so highly revered. You know, when I think about this versus the Too Faced one, it's just comical because this is so many steps above when it comes to, you know, when you see a model in a magazine, you're like, wow, like that eyeshadow looks amazing. It's something like this that they're using because it's just so flawless. And even a beginner could use this and it will blend so beautifully, it will look like you know what you're doing. You know what I mean? I just didn't know what I was missing. I think that's the best way to describe it. So the next palette I want to mention is very is amazing when it comes to blendability as well. And this is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. This has the same amount of shades, but it does have 3 that are bigger. I have to admit, I kind of wish they were all the same size and like they were all just a little bit bigger, just because these are not necessarily 3 shades I would use just enough to use that huge pan up. But these are amazing shadows. Again, one swipe, crazy pigmented type products or type shadows, and they blend so well. So I would say the next best thing I found to the Viseart palettes is this. Honestly, it might be just on par. And honestly, when you look at the shades in these, you know, there's a couple of differences, but they're very similar shades. Absolutely amazing products. I think this is a little more travel friendly if you're big into that. But I would say just as good, very, very blendable. This might be a tiny bit better, but that doesn't necessarily mean you need to get this. I would say look at it, and if you're really seriously thinking about it, pick which one you would use more of the shades of, and that will make it worth your money. The last palette I'm gonna mention today is the Anastasia Modern Renaissance. I just bought this. It came in the mail with the Viseart palette. I didn't think I would ever buy this. I'm gonna be honest. Like, if I were to have filmed an anti-haul video, which I keep thinking about doing, and if you guys would be interested in, please let me know, because I love watching Kimberly Clark's videos on the anti-hauls, and a lot of people are doing them now, so I get to watch a lot of them. I love those. Like, products you're just not gonna buy, that you're not gonna spend your money on. And I think it promotes a really good sense of, you know, you don't always need to buy everything that comes out. I love that. So if you'd be interested, let me know. But I ended up doing it. And this palette, I'm just now newly into more rosy, red, gold, orange shades. And I'm wearing mostly this on my eyes today. I snapped about it this morning and I said what, of course, by the time this video is up, it's long gone. But what I was wearing, but you know, I'm wearing some of red ochre here. I'm wearing some of Venetian red in my crease, some of Cypress umber as well. All over my lid I have antique bronze, and then I put Primavera, which is this gold shimmery, like kind of in the middle of my lid. These are beautiful. Do I think you need to run out and get it? No. Only buy it if you're really into red shades. You know what I'm saying? I bought it because I was like, finally, I was like, I just want to try it. I'm into these shades now. But if I had no desire to try pinks and reds and oranges, you do not need this palette. You won't use it. I mean, that's just common sense. But I think sometimes you just need to hear it from someone. So I can be that someone for you. If you're not ever going to use these pinks and oranges and reds, do not buy this palette. It makes no sense. But if you are totally into them, these shadows are amazing quality. They blend really well. These shimmers are so, so beautiful. Oh my gosh, like stunning, stunning, beautiful. I don't know if you can see those swatches. I love this so much, and I thought I wouldn't like the packaging, like the light pink velvet, but I actually kind of like it. Like seeing it in person, I'm like, actually that's beautiful. And I love that it's all like artistic type names and color type names. I just think of traveling to Europe and like the Renaissance and things like that, so it makes me love it even more. All right, let's move on. I literally only have one lip product that I think was overly hyped this year, and it is the Nars Velvet Lip Glide. This is totally worth your money. You guys, it is so good. I'm wearing it today, and this is in the shade Bound. Oh my gosh. It is the most comfortable lipstick lip gloss. I have to like say it all together because it goes on like a lip gloss lipstick, because it's so pigmented and it's not moving all around, but it's also not like set like a matte lipstick or like a matte liquid lipstick. And you know, matte liquid lipsticks had such a big, you know, time in our lives recently, and I still like them for certain things. But for every day, this is perfect. Because lipsticks can kind of run and then you look kind of crazy and you're worried about it throughout your workday. But this is one of those things that you don't have to worry about, and it's comfortable. So it's not drying your lips out, and it looks beautiful, and it's not going all over your face. Now I did use this with a lip liner today, and pretty funny, this is the ColourPop lip liner in the shade Bound. So it's kind of weird they both have the same name, and honestly, I realized that just today. This is an amazing formula. It's almost whipped. It reminds me in a way of the L'Oreal Infallible like lip glosses that are kind of whipped, and I love that formula. This is very, very similar. They're not exactly the same, but they are similar, where it's just comfortable. It's not matte, but it's also not crazy glossy. It does have a little sheen to it, but I love the shade as well. I am so excited to try other shades from this range because I think it is so amazing. It's kind of one of those things that I'm like, gosh, this makes me want to get rid of like so many other lip glosses that I'm like, forget it. Now that I have this, I don't need anything else. It is so amazing. I would say for that, pick one shade you know you'll wear. If you want an everyday pink, Bound is perfect. But if you want like a red or something like that, pick one shade you know you'll wear, look up swatches online, and buy the one, try it out. You'll probably fall in love with it and want more, but just try one out to start. Okay, so continuing on to face. I'm gonna try and get quicker because I feel like I talk forever. So one primer that has been so hyped on YouTube is this IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores primer. Now they sent this to me quite a while ago, and I love that it's a squeezy tube at the pump. That is my favorite kind of packaging for things like this. And it's a white primer, but what's kind of interesting about it is it feels more like a lotion. And I feel like a lot of like poreless type primers are very silicone feeling, kind of that, not waxy, but almost velvety feel to it. And sometimes that can be good, sometimes it's bad depending on your skin type. If you got really dry skin, sometimes it doesn't work, it kind of depends. But I've got dry skin everywhere, but my nose is typically not dry. So I can usually use those kinds of primers on my nose. But this one is very much more like a lotion, and I think that's why so many people like it. It's a comfortable primer to wear. It almost feels moisturizing and velvety at the same time. And so if you've tried a bunch of poreless primers and you have felt like it just doesn't work for your skin and yet you still have pores that you want filled in, this is the primer for you, because it does both. I mean, it moisturizes, but it fills in primers. It doesn't dry you out. Do I think it's like the most poreless primer in the world? No, because again, it does kind of have that lotiony feel to it as well. So I think this is ideal if you've got normal to dry skin and you've got pores that maybe you want filled, or you just want it to be a little smoother in certain areas. This does the job. All right, so the next thing, it was new this year. It's the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer Cream. Now her Lock-It line is huge, but because I have dry skin, I've tried the foundation and I absolutely hated it. I got rid of it because my skin's just too dry, and it's very mattifying. If that's what you need, you will love it. It's not that it's a bad foundation, it's just not right for me. But this is awesome because it's kind of like a watered down version of her Lock-It Concealer. And I don't mean that in a bad way, I mean that in a great way, because it's a little bit more creamy. That's why it's called her Concealer Cream. And it's got a doe foot applicator, you know, very standard setup here, but it is the creamiest, but also the most, it's got very high coverage, very easy to blend into your skin. It does settle into fine lines, but honestly, it is very rare for me to find a high coverage concealer that doesn't. So I typically will get some kind of a powder to set it with so it doesn't crawl into my fine lines anymore. It is amazing because it's I don't want to say hydrating, but kind of hydrating in a way. Moisturizing maybe is a better word, but also high coverage. And that it's very hard to find a concealer that strikes that balance. A lot of them are really, really thick. If you want really high coverage, they're very thick, so they're not easy to blend. They take a while to use. They don't look as good. Whereas this one is just as high coverage, but it's way easier to blend. And so this is an amazing concealer. I think it's totally worth the hype. The next product is the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. Now, I did a whole video on this. I will link it below if you're interested on my, you know, more in-depth feelings towards this. But if you have very dry skin, you might like it. But I've got decently dry skin and it was way too much dewy. It was way too dewy. It's got good skincare ingredients according to the brand, and they've got so many other products that I am interested in trying because of what the brand stands for, and the packaging could not be more beautiful. Guys, it's not worth your money. It's way, I don't even want to spray it on my face because it will ruin it. That's how much I don't love it. Am I going to get rid of it right now? No, because I think there's a time and a place. You could spray it on a brush and kind of brush it where you would naturally highlight, and I think it will kind of illuminate that area. But to just spray it all over your face ends up making your face look like a disco ball. And it doesn't necessarily have glitter in it, but it's just got something in it that makes it look so dewy. Even if you just did one spritz, it's too much. And I haven't found any YouTuber that I've watched online that has said, you know, they'll all kind of say it's really dewy, but you should buy it. But I'm like, no, it's really dewy and you should not buy it because you won't use it enough because it's crazy. So if you love it, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to offend you, and maybe you've just got the exact right skin type for it. But for me, I put it on and I was like, no. And everyone was like, why does your face look wet? And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so bad. So no. No, no. And I know some people like it. So if you do, explain why below, like what kind of skin type do you have? Because I don't mean to steer people wrong if it would be right for them. So let us know below. Sound off on the message boards below. Remember AOL? Remember chat rooms? Remember AIM? Ah, yeah, I remember. Next, the Hourglass Vanish Foundation Stick. This is so hyped up this year. People won't stop talking about it, but I get it. Because it's the... I've tried a million foundation sticks. All of them looked horrible on me. They'd be drying and I'd be like, oh my gosh, like it won't blend and it's dry and you could just see I look scaly and it's not even. It's patchy. This stuff, I don't know what they put in it, but you will kind of dot it all over your face. And I use the Hourglass brush. I do really think it works best with this, but I don't think you necessarily have to buy it. But I'll just use it and go swipe, 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 swipe. And it's blended everywhere and it just keeps blending. It's creamy. I don't think it's like super moisturizing, but it's not drying. So if you already have a little bit of dry skin like I do, you're still gonna see the dry skin. It's not a miracle worker. But out of all of the cream foundations, this one is the best I've ever used, and I still reach for it every time I film and anytime I'm gonna go to an event or be on camera because it looks so flawless and you don't need a lot and it just looks amazing. It's the best foundation I've found for my skin where I want it to look flawless, if that makes sense. So I love it. The next product, and this is a first impressions, is the CoverFX Custom Cover Drops. I am so tired of hearing people talk about this product. I'm like, yeah. So I finally ordered one. I just got it online last night. It's a little medicine dropper. Let me pull it out. I got it in the shade... I just spelled it. Why? Oh, why did I do that? Guys, I mean, what was I thinking? So I bought it in the shade N10. And I think this, what I wanted was, okay, back it up, Jess. The idea of this is that you can either wear it alone, like almost as a foundation, or you can mix it with moisturizers to make your own foundation with a moisturizer you love. What a cool idea, right? Well, I think actually this shade might be just right. It might be a little light, but the idea is that I want to mix it with darker foundations to lighten it just a hair. And I think this might be perfect for that. So it's a very, very thin consistency, as evidenced by the fact that I just dumped it everywhere by turning it upside down. It instantly poured right out. I'm so mad at myself because these are not cheap. I mixed it with a moisturizer today just to try it out. And it actually really did look nice. I didn't put it on my face. I was just mixing on my hand just to kind of try it out. It also looks nice on its own. I actually took some of this, and I'll even do it right now. And I put some on my nose. Because it is lighter, I just kind of blended it. My nose gets red so easily, and this did a great job of kind of evening out that redness on its own without any other moisturizers. So I liked it for that as well. Of course, you could get darker shades if you've got a bunch of foundations that are too light, or maybe like in the summer you want to be able to darken them. That's a fantastic use. Do I think you've got to have this in your collection? No. But do I think it's nice if you know you already have, you know, like if you know you don't want to buy foundations for the summertime just because you're a little darker, buy a shade that's a little darker for you and mix it. It's kind of a perfect tool for that reason, and I think that's really cool. So again, I don't think this is something necessary in your makeup collection, but again, if you've got a very specific kind of thing that you want it for, then it would be worth it. That's what I'll say. Some people buy like 5 shades, and I'm like, how do you have the money to buy 5 shades of that? I don't understand that. Almost done. This is the longest video ever. So these are so big right now. These are the RMS Beauty little like cream highlighters. So I have 2 shades. Living Luminizer is the one I've had the longest. It's a white pearly shade. The idea of this is that you can put it on as a highlighter, but it looks healthy. So a lot of celebrities are using it just in this region right here because it looks like this healthy glow. It's not a glitter, it's not a powder, it's not even a cream highlighter. You can see your skin through it, and I think that's why it's so beautiful. I also have Master Mixer. And this is one I just recently got. I have on today. It's the only highlight I have on. And I think it looks unbelievable. Because again, this one's a little bit, like if you look at the two of them, Living Luminizer really is white and Master Mixer is a little bit darker. These are so beautiful. They look so natural on the skin. You can see your skin through it. And yet it adds this glow to it. It's not just glitter, it's not shimmer, but it's just this almost like gloss, but it dries. So it's the coolest, most perfect product, and I totally get why so many makeup artists are using it all the time because it looks so beautiful both in person and in photographs. It's kind of one of those perfect products. It's a glass little case and a metal lid. Really nice, simple, small, sleek packaging. One of my favorite products I've tried this year, hands down. I use it all the time. I really just think it looks so healthy. And I think it's a great alternative to powder highlighters. Again, I've got dry skin, and in the winter, I think the more powder I'm adding to my face, even as a highlighter, makes my skin look, like it just makes me look older because it's highlighting any areas I've got crepiness or like wrinkles. So I think this is the perfect alternative. So if you're just kind of tired of adding more and more powder, layers of powder to your face, try one of these. I think I like Master Mixer better than Living Luminizer. They're both beautiful though. The last things I'm gonna mention are these Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powders. Now, I have had the medium shade forever. This is the second one I've owned because it's the perfect kind of grayish brown for contouring. But today, not today, but now they sell the light shade, and that's what I'm wearing on my face today. I haven't like properly contoured in a while. I did today. Well, not properly. I'm not a makeup artist. But, so the one on top here is light and the next one is medium. And I think light, even though it really does look light, it really, I think, is the perfect contour for me. Like, I've loved medium for so long, but you do have to kind of use a light hand because it is a little bit deeper. But these are true contour powders. They're a little bit more cool toned. You know, you don't necessarily want a bronzer shade there if you're trying to create a shadow. So, I mean, these are just amazing, but the light one is like, oh, yes, finally. I heard about it. I know Kathleen Lights mentioned it, the light shade, and I was like, oh, hold the phone. I didn't know they sold that, and so I literally got on just then and bought it. But it is amazing. It doesn't move throughout the day. These are expensive, but totally worth your money if that's what you're in the market for. If you're wanting a bronzer, that's not what these are. But if you're wanting something to truly create a shadow, these are incredible. So if you're a little deeper than me, you want medium. If you're around my skin tone at all, you definitely want light. So if you're interested in winning the gift cards, check below for that. Definitely subscribe before you leave. I hope that you'll check me out on all of my social media, which is right there on the screen. It's JamBeauty89 across all of my social platforms. I love to share, you know, products I just got in the mail or things I'm using, things I just recently bought on Snapchat and Instagram especially, but I also tweet all the time and share things on Facebook. Click the bell so you get notified of all of my new videos and anything I'm uploading. I'm currently in the midst of a huge declutter as well, so I'm getting rid of a lot of products that are just sitting in my collection I'm not really using over here in my drawers. I've got tons of things I'm not using that maybe I just don't like. That's a great way if you watch my declutters to find out what I'm loving and what I'm kind of hating. It's kind of like a best and worst in its own way, and I do it by category. So I've already done blush and highlight. I've already filmed all of them, but I'm kind of doing them in a certain order. So subscribe to catch those as well, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.